So the first question, well, okay, I guess the first thing I'm going to say is, so had a right total knee replacement because it didn't specify which side, so I picked the right side. And I am weight bearing as tolerated, and the adaptive equipment I used was a straight cane, and I had pain with some activities. So, what did you learn from this experience, and how will it help you in being a better clinician? Um, I learned that just by making someone use a piece of adaptive equipment, it can change how they do everything throughout the day, no matter whether it's getting ready in the morning and just being able to walk to class, and how they have to get into places and stuff like that. And just recognizing what a big change it is will help me be a better clinician because it was frustrating and my clients are going to experience that frustration. So I'm definitely going to have to come from a more understanding point of view, especially if I'm the one providing the equipment and teaching them how to use it and just letting them know it's okay to be frustrated when you're adjusting and all that. What did you learn about the ADL/IADL process throughout your 48-hour disability simulation, and how does it differ from your baseline? Well, since I only had a straight cane, it wasn't too bad, but functional mobility was definitely different. I tried limping more and stuff, and it took me a lot longer to get places. And for IADL, driving was interesting because I would try to pivot a lot when I transferred, so getting into my car and putting the cane next to me and getting out of my car. I unassummed a little bit and drove because I was my right leg, so I needed to drive, so I didn't pretend like it hurt then. But it differed from a baseline because normally I would just walk and be able to get to places, and I kind of had to plan to show up a little bit earlier so I could assume the disability to my fullest. And cooking for an ADL and IADL, cooking was a little bit different because I had to plan out where I would put stuff and keeping it all in like a reachable area, so I maybe didn't have to step or anything to use my cane, and using my surroundings to support me just a little bit. So that differed from my baseline. And showering, my shower at home actually does have a grab bar, so like I would walk in and lean the cane and then reach into the shower and transfer. Try to not put too much weight on my one leg, but I had to step over the tub lip, so I would step over and then hang on to that, and I would try to keep my hand on there as often as possible as I could while showering just to get the full effect, and that was difficult from just me normally being able to shower and use both my hands like I wanted. Did you experience empathy and/or sympathy during your disability simulation, and how did it affect your self-esteem? Out in public, I definitely experienced empathy and sympathy. People, once they saw the cane, would run and open doors for me, and a lot of people would come over in stores especially and be like, "Oh, what are you looking for? I can help you find it. Let me grab it for you. I'll put it here." I I guess I thought it was just polite because I thought it was nice, but I also, like at one point in Dunkin', there was two sets of doors, and the first, a guy was coming out, so he just held it open for me, which that would have occurred either way, I think, whether I had a cane or not. But then I made a point to reach for the second door to get through, and he was like, "No, no, no, I got it. Don't worry about it. Don't reach, blah, blah, blah," and it was fine, but I was totally capable of doing it. I didn't need him to rush back, like he could have just kept walking like he was originally doing. So it kind of made me feel like he thought I couldn't do things on my own, all just because I simply had a cane. So I can't imagine what other people were experiencing when they were in stuff like wheelchairs or a neck brace. I guess it didn't bother me that much because deep down I also knew that I wasn't disabled. But I, again, can't imagine for someone who actually is disabled how that can hurt their self-esteem because someone doesn't think they're independent when I'm sure in most actions they could be. Do you feel this assignment is controversial? Please justify your answer. Yes, I do. I do think it's a great assignment. I think it's something we need so we can use our experiences to be able to later relate or just share the story with our clients and be like, I know it's not the same thing, but I did take a tiny glimpse into what you're going through, and just being able to almost try and make that connection. So I do think it's a great assignment and it's necessary. But on the other hand, I never ran into someone else in the community that actually has a disability, such as having a wheelchair or anything like that. But I think I would find the situation awkward if I ran into it because I don't want someone to think I'm mocking them when I'm fully capable. And again, I didn't run into the situation, but I almost think if I did, I might have unassumed and like put the cane away in my car or somewhere else because I would have felt awkward and I just didn't want to I wouldn't have wanted to put anyone in that situation. What specific items did you choose to make for your meal? Please provide a reflection on the overall process during the planning, purchasing, making, and eating your meal. Include any adaptive equipment you used or wish you had for the completion of this activity. So I made chicken parm. So when I went to the store, before I got to the store, I made a list and I planned to buy tomato sauce, pasta, chicken, the breading needed for the chicken. So I needed a little bit of milk too for that and some cheese. So I went and got all that stuff when I went shopping at Tops. And so I went through the self-checkout because I didn't want to go through the normal checkout because I didn't want to talk to anyone and have them ask me why I had a cane. And then I went to the kitchen. I brought all my own pots and pans with me and stuff, so I had help with carrying all that stuff because I wasn't able to carry it all and use the cane. And making it wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be. I definitely utilized the counter more. That was like I would rest my hip on the counter compared to actually hanging onto the cane so I could use two hands. I didn't really need any adaptive equipment because my upper body was fine and I have a decent balance, but I know some people might not have decent balance, so they wouldn't be able to do what I was doing. And eating wasn't bad because I was able to sit down, so I was able to just rest the cane down, which was fine. So I can't think of any adaptive equipment I would want, besides because I was able to lean and then I would just grab the cane. Maybe like some sort of rolling platform might help, just moving all the food over to the table, because at that point I did have to use my cane. I had to keep making frequent trips, so that might have been useful. And what would make this assignment even better for students in the future? Specifically for my case, I think it might help if they have something along with the cane. For the last day of my case, I know Dr. Christensen threw me in her ACL brace, which definitely made it harder for me to walk and forced me to do that and have the feeling of a stiff leg. And then it also reminded me to use my cane because there were frequent moments where throughout the day I would accidentally forget my cane places. And I think for the case study of this purpose, just having another piece, because I also wasn't struggling as much as I saw some of my peers struggling with their equipment, and I really did want to get the most I could out of the assignment. There were just times where I blinked and I was like, oh shoot, I'm supposed to be walking with a cane right now. So I just think for my specific case study, that might improve it for whoever gets it next. But besides that, I think getting the pictures and doing the group video was nice to hear what everyone else had to say. And I think this assignment is necessary, even though it may be controversial. So that is it. Thank you.